Have you ever wondered about some of the weirdest laws around the world? From the quirky to the downright comical, our planet is brimming with laws that may seem beyond belief. Some could make you chuckle, others might leave you scratching your head in bafflement. But that's the beauty of our diverse globe. Each corner is unique with its own set of surprises. So buckle up as we're about to embark on an intriguing journey. Let's dive into the weird and wonderful world of unusual laws, starting with number 10. Kicking off our countdown at number 10, we have a law from Singapore. Believe it or not, in this bustling metropolis, chewing gum is a no-go. This sticky situation was created to keep public spaces clean, avoiding any gum-related mishaps. If you are caught gum chewing, you might face a hefty fine or even a stint in jail. It's a small price to pay for a pristine city. Now, how about we go to the other side of the world for the next law? At number 9, we have a law from the United States. Picture this. In Arizona, it's downright illegal for donkeys to sleep in bathtubs. Yes, you heard it right. This peculiar law was enacted in the 1920s after a local flood swept a donkey that had taken to sleeping in a bathtub, causing a great deal of unnecessary rescue efforts. It's a classic example of how one bizarre event can lead to an even stranger law. Moving on, let's head over to Europe. Number 8 takes us to Switzerland. Here in the land of chocolate and cheese, there's a law that might leave you scratching your head. If you're living in an apartment building, you're forbidden from flushing the toilet after 10 o'clock at night. That's right, no late-night bathroom breaks allowed. Why? It's considered noise pollution and a disturbance to fellow residents. So, remember to check your watch before you flush when you're in Switzerland. From Europe, we now fly to the land down under. At number 7, we have a law from Australia. Now here's a bright idea from the land down under. In Victoria, Australia, if you fancy yourself a bit of a handyman, you might want to think twice before changing a light bulb. Believe it or not, only qualified electricians are legally allowed to perform this task. Break this rule and you could be looking at a fine. It's a shocking revelation, isn't it? Next, we take a trip to the east. Number 6 takes us to Thailand. Now this might sound peculiar, but in Thailand, it's illegal to step on money. Yes, you heard it right. This law stems from a deep cultural respect for the monarchy. You see, Thai currency, known as the baht, features the image of the revered king. So, stepping on it is seen as a direct insult to him and, by extension, to the nation itself. Quite an interesting perspective, isn't it? Let's head back to the United States for our next law. At number 5, we have another law from the United States. This time we're heading to Georgia, where it's illegal to tie a giraffe to a telephone pole or street lamp. Yes, you heard it right. Now, one does have to wonder about the circumstances that led to this law. Can you imagine the sight of a giraffe casually lounging on a city street, tied to a lamppost? Only in Georgia, folks. Our next stop is in Europe again. Number 4 brings us to Italy. In the seaside town of Eraclea, a law forbids the building of sandcastles. Yes, you heard it right. No sandcastles. While it may seem peculiar, the local authorities have their reasons. They believe these sandy structures pose a risk to public safety, potentially obstructing passage along the beach. Some even say it's about maintaining the pristine beauty of their beaches. Either way, it's a law that certainly stands out in its uniqueness. Now, how about we go back to Asia for the next one? At number 3, we have a law from Japan. Imagine a country where it's against the law to be overweight. Yes, in Japan there's a law that mandates all citizens aged 40 to 75 to maintain a waistline not exceeding a certain limit. This fascinating rule is not just about aesthetics. It's a public health measure aimed at combating obesity and promoting healthier lifestyles. So if you're planning a long-term stay in Japan, better keep those donuts at bay. Next, we're heading to the Middle East. Number 2 takes us to Iran. Here, there's a law that might leave you scratching your head. Believe it or not, water guns are forbidden during celebrations. You heard it right, no playful water fights in the streets. This stems from a deep cultural and political perspective. Authorities believe these playful acts could escalate to social unrest. A bit extreme, you might think, but laws often reflect the unique contexts of their countries. Finally, let's reveal the weirdest law on our list. And now, the weirdest law on our list comes from Denmark. Believe it or not, in this Nordic country, it's a legal requirement to check underneath your car for sleeping children before driving off. Yes, you heard that right. It might sound strange, but it's a practical law that prioritizes child safety. So, if you ever find yourself in Denmark, remember to look under your car, because you never know where a child might decide to take a nap. And there you have it, the top 10 weirdest laws on the planet. These laws may seem strange, but they highlight the vast diversity and peculiarities of our world. From the 10th law prohibiting the quirk of naming a pig Napoleon in France, to the first law of not flushing the toilet after 10 in the evening in Switzerland, each law paints a fascinating picture of unique cultural contexts and histories. They remind us, in their own peculiar way, of the rich tapestry of human civilization. Remember, no matter how strange the law, it's always best to follow them when you're in that country. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.